with the 64th example, and what is said here, a smooth sphere of radius r is made to translate in a straight line. Okay, so this is the smooth sphere whose radius is r, and it is moving in a straight line with an acceleration of a. A particle is kept on the top here, is released from there with zero velocity with respect to the sphere. So this particle will come somewhere here. Find the speed of the particle with respect to the sphere as a function of angle theta. Okay, so as it slides down, let us suppose the particle reaches here this position, say by turning an angle, say theta. So in that case, the various forces acting on it would be the weight mg is acting in the downward direction. The normal reaction is acting perpendicular to this along away from the radius. While as we have to find all the things with respect to sphere, so if sphere is going with acceleration a, so this will experience a pseudo force ma in the opposite direction. Now we need to resolve all these forces along the radius and perpendicular to the radius. So let's resolve the forces along the radius and perpendicular to the radius. If this angle is theta, then by alternate interior angle property, this angle will also be theta. So the weight component would be these two. This would be mg sine theta, and this component will be mg cos theta. Here also, if this angle is theta, then this angle would be 90 minus theta with the horizontal, because this is 90. So this angle would become theta. So the component of pseudo force would be ma cos theta, and this component of pseudo force would be ma sin theta. Now if you see carefully, the net unbalanced force acting on it. So the net unbalanced force acting on it is mg sin theta minus ma cos theta, that is the tangential force. So therefore the tangential acceleration would be divided by mass, so it will be g sin theta minus a cos theta. And tangential acceleration is nothing but the derivative of speed with respect to time, will be g sin theta minus a cos theta, but we have to find the speed as a function of theta. So therefore I will write in place of tangential acceleration as v dv by ds, where s is the distance covered, g sin theta minus a cos theta. So we can say that the arc length ds covered can be written as radius into d theta. So it would be v dv upon radius into d theta is equal to g sin theta minus a cos theta. Now I will send this term here on this side. Okay, so that comes out to be v dv is equal to r in bracket g sin theta minus a cos theta d theta. Now in order to find velocity as a function of time, we should integrate this on both sides. So let's take the next page. Now on integrating on both sides, v dv would be equal to integration r in bracket g sin theta minus a cos theta into d theta. So the square of speed would be equal to v square by 2 is equal to, here it would be r as it is, and in bracket g is constant, integration of sin theta would be minus cos theta minus a into integration of cos theta would be sin theta, and the integration constant c. So to find integration constant c, we need to put initial condition that we know that when theta is 0, the speed of the particle is also 0, because it is started from rest with respect to the sphere. So let's substitute. So on substituting v as 0, so it will be 0 r in bracket g into minus cos 0 minus a into sine 0 plus c. So 0 is equal to r into g. Cos 0 would be 1, so that would be minus rg plus c. So c comes out to be rg. So I will put this in the main equation here to get the answer. So v square upon 2 is equal to r in bracket minus g cos theta minus a sin theta plus rg. Okay, now I will substitute the value here. So v would be equal to, let's multiply 2 inside and r inside, so it will be minus 2rg cos theta minus 2ra sin theta plus 2rg. So I can take 2rg as common here. Okay, so I can easily take this 2rg. So that would be 2rg in bracket 1 minus cos theta minus a sin theta in the root. So the speed comes out to be under root 2r. Okay, so that would be the final answer to this question. Thank you.